Hello, my name is Tui Hanglei. It's so nice to present to you today. I'm going to talk about a company which I chose for my project named Allplants. So I think that you might not have heard about this company. So I'm going to talk a little bit about it. Allplants is a vegan meal delivery company in UK. It is family business which was established in 2017 by Jonathan and Alex Patrick. So one interesting about this company business operation is in an interview, um, uh, one of the owner answered a question regarding the company, and he stated that even though the companies specialize in vegan foods, but most of their customer aren't veggie or vegans at all. They just curious about veggie food choice and want to try like how they might taste. And at the end, like eventually, they decide to use the service of the company in the long term. Next, I'm going to use SWOT analysis to address the strength and weakness of the company as well as what is going on in the market leading to the opportunity and the threats toward the company. About On-Plant's strength, it has a very strong brand identity and reputation as a pioneer company in plant-based food. The company focused mostly on the post-purchase promotion and have a very effective referral marketing strategy. The company, for the referral to a friend marketing program, the company have been trying multiple offers such as 20% off, $20 off, or if you use their service, they're gonna um, raise the new plans like contribute positively to the planet. And throughout their trial with their different offers and promotion, they constantly adjust them to figure out what is the best promotion to encourage customer to refer the company's service and foods for their friends and social circles. It's pretty successful as it leads to high growth in the company revenues. Beside the company have a strong financial foundation due to good business operation, and because their success in securing 3.9 million euro in crowdfunding in 2020. They have a very simple, elegant, but user-friendly web interface. When you go to their website, it's very easy to navigate and make the online purchase. And not like other competitors, they have a large food range for customers for different to meet their different tastes and preference. Even though it's their business model and operation is very good, they still have some weakness that they need to address. Firstly, it doesn't have a diverse marketing strategy. Uh, Beside the referral to a friend program, the social media activities and mainstream media marketing is very limited. By going through their Instagram and Twitter account, I realized that it mainly focused on showing beautiful and delicious meals to attract customer, but it post is like planning in terms of using hashtag or incorporate engagement activity with the customer. In addition, the company doesn't have a mobile app and requires the customer to access its website for online purchase, which is inconvenient for people who mainly use their phone for shopping. Um, and they might meet their problem. They might have a problem in expanding because the company only have a one kitchen base in London, which is handling already a large number of orders. The company announced that they have a plan to expand in Europe and North America markets, but they haven't provided details about how the company is going to invest in infrastructure or replicate its manufacturing process to serve a large demand in this market. So there are some external factors that might be very promising for the company. Firstly, because the environmental movements are having significant impacts on society, the overall awareness of environmental matters is increasing quickly in public. More and more people are switching to food choices that have positive impacts on the planet. The company has opportunity to increase sales and strengthen the brand identity because the nature of its product is considered to be good for the environment. And at the moment, there's the pandemic is seriously damaging human life quality, but it's also boosts the online food demand. It's not only beneficial for own plants at the moment, like all the online order is growing, because but it also can be very beneficial in long term because their online food shopping habit can remain even after the pandemic if the company can provide great service and effective marketing campaign to encourage and reinforce this customer habit. And as you know, because it is a startup company, even though it says secures some funding, but it has to use to maintain business operation as well as planning for extension in other markets. So they might be hesitant in marketing activities, but they still have a large opportunities in using social media, which is a very cost saving in comparison with traditional media marketing to reach a larger base of customer and engage with them effectively. Besides the promising external factors, there's some threats that the company need to address. Firstly, is the plant-based food industry competition is getting more and more intense because more like company and other startup are joining and provide similar service such as own plants, and some of their typical competitor includes Simple Fish, No Poor Food, and the Very Good Food Company, and etc. Uh, Besides, because of the pandemic, when it ends, there's a high possibility that there might be an economical recession, with leading to change in customer lifestyle. They might want to save a lot in terms of regular expense. That maybe food is their first choice to cutting down. So, and their own plans service mainly relies on online selling food, and which might be much more expensive in comparison to if the customer buy the food on their own and cooking at home. So this is a large risk that the company need to be ready to deal with it. Even though On Plans is seeing an impressive progress in their business operation, but the competition in food industry is very intense, and the company might lose its momentum over time due to its internal management problems or pressure from the other company's competing strategy. So it might be very useful to dig deeper into what is going on with its competitors. There are two main types of competitor that own plants need to face with: the milk delivery companies and the technological companies who specialize in providing food. These two types of competitor are in direct competition with own plants. So there are several companies which provide food subscription that deliver food to their customer weekly, similarly to own plant service. Some companies are heading the same direction as own plant, that is providing plant-based food choice, while others include both meat and veggie food choice in their service. Some own plant's strong competitors in UK are HelloFresh, Simple Fish, MyFood Chef, and Gusto. These company products price are ranging from $7 to $10 per serving, pretty much the same as own plans, except HelloFresh that charge the customer for shipping fee. Other companies include own plan offer free food shipping for the service. Um, its competitor, for example, HelloFresh, execute multiple activities such as kiosks, door knocking, social media, and through multiple channels, while OnPlan mostly focus on one marketing program, which is referral to a friend. So that's in that case, in comparison between marketing campaigns of OnPlans and its competitor, it is very limited. So, and beside, although some competitors are not specialized in plant-based food, but their menu include both veggie and meat choice, would give them a benefit and advantage in comparison to own plants because they can reach a much larger range of customer who might not might not vegetarian, and but they just want both meat and veggie um, in their diet. However, uh, these companies have limited plant-based choice food, while Own Plants have a very various food choice for the customer. So that a very big strength of Own Plants. In addition, with this meal kit delivery company, all plants also have to compete with technology firms such as Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Skip the Days. The competitors have significant financial resource and technology advantage. Besides, they can provide a much larger range of food choice whenever the customer needs. The price, so they are flexible in terms of price and time. The price of the service provided by this technology company might be higher uh, in comparison with all plans, but due to their very good financial foundation, they can continuously provide customer with promotion and coupons to attract them and heavily invest in marketing activities. So the direct competition for own plants seem to be very difficult in the near future, but they also need to deal with the indirect competitors. So the indirect competitors that I identify for own plants are companies specialized in producing pre-made plant-based food, such as Beyond Meat, Vivera, Gardenware, and Corn. All of these, their product might be less attractive to some customer due to their preference of freshness in comparison with own plants. But these company products are cheaper and the customer can find them very easy in many supermarket and grocery chains. And this company with standardized manufacturing process, strong brand image, and investment in marketing can reach and meet demand of a much larger customer base. For the personnel map, I attend to main group of targets customer, which are young professional and elderly and vulnerable group. For young professional, they are from 22 to 35 years old, and they are at a critical stage of their career, which means that they are very busy and they want to save time in cooking and doing housework. Besides, they also are highly educated, which leading to their high awareness of environmental matters and they care about how their food consumption habits might affect their planets. They also care about weight and nutrition, so all plant service can be perfect for them. So the second group of customer is detect during the pandemics, which is very interesting because during the pandemic, the elderly customer don't want to go out to get infected with COVID-19 virus, but they also care about nutrition and fresh. So they want great foods, and because their health is limited in comparison with young people, so they want to spend less time in cooking and doing housework. They want to spend time relaxing. So the food of own plants is fresh and customized every week, and it's only require 5 to 10 minutes to cook. So this targeted group of target is also perfect with our service. And for more details, you can look at the report. So the customer's journey of young professional and elderly vulnerable is pretty much the same except the first step. For young professional, in the first step, they probably often go through different websites, belong to different meals kit providers, and researching their price, the food choice, comparing between them, and making the decision. For the elderly and vulnerable group, there's a high possibility that in the first step they're trying to exploring how to use the service because they're not exposed too much to social media or internet, so they have um, their the choice of choosing the providers might from the recommendation of a friend and family members or the flyer that entering their mailbox. So and they are not tech savvy, they might get difficulties in terms of finding the contacts or making the online purchase. So in the first step, they might mostly, I think, in most many cases, they are exploring the way to use the service. So in the next three steps for young professional and elderly group, it's this pretty much the same. The second step is online shopping. They're gonna choose the food combination of food choice that they want to eat for that week, And then when the food delivered to their house, they're gonna cook it in 5, 10, or 15 minutes. And then they're gonna enjoy the food at the last stage. So based on the research of the competition, the market, the company, I come up with a strategic plans. The objectives of the plan is building brand awareness, getting more traffic, and boost the brand engagement, and finally increase sales. For elderly and vulnerable group, I think that it will be mostly effective if we use traditional marketing through TVs and flyers to the mailbox box. So with social and web marketing tactics, that maybe the most possible tactics is using a video advertising on the news apps. The apps that they mostly use on their phone. And secondly, for the young professional, I think that the two main tactics going to be used: social media and blog sport. For social media, like the current tactic that I want to use is like encourage or trend of encourage the customer to do reaction while using the own plant food on TikToks, and also like advertise through social media influencers, but we only gonna use the local influencer because the company only extend in some certain local areas. Using a national or international celebrities would be a waste of money and might not really effective. Besides, it can also create a social media campaigns regarding equality in workplace because our main target customer are young professional, and maybe there are high chance that they are women in work in critical stage of their career. So equality is very important to them. Besides, because young professional they cares about nutrition and waste and health. So I think that it would be effective to create a blog spot that include this information for them. To assess the result from their marketing campaigns for their elderly and vulnerable group, maybe the most effective KPI is sales revenues. Uh, and for young professional, which we're using Blogspot and social media campaigns, we're gonna use KPI, which are social media reach and engagement, site traffic, which including conversion by source, unique visits to website, bounce rate, average session duration, and also Blogspot visit. So we already have a strategy now how to implement it effectively. So I create a workflow in which include 6 steps. The first step is that team discussion to create a content outline. The second step is the marketing manager, gonna assign tasks for individual team member. At the third stage, these individual gonna work on their task and creating the content. After the content is complete, they're gonna submit it to the editors. And when the editors definitely gonna make some changes, but they're gonna have to clarify with their content creators, and they're gonna openly discuss about it. And when the editor and the content creator are both satisfied with the result, it's gonna be submitted to the marketing manager, and after approval from him or her, it's gonna be published. Due to my limited presentation skills, that it lasts pretty much longer time, I guess so. So I hope that you enjoy it. Don't get too much annoyed from it. Thank you so much for listening.